it's good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together, and to have, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.
Well, we're now on to race number 6, and it's the East Coast Radio Tibushino Stakes over 1,400 meters. It's a Group 2, and let's get straight into our package.
And Osterfetch, Raskover at the 300 by a length and a half. Sovereign Grant's running a race, and Double Grand Slam showcasing her ability now. This is power, class and elegance. You can clear the runway because Double Grand Slam has landed by 5. Mia Moo or Raskover in a voter for second and third.
Celtic Room is a very good filly. She's very consistent, gets on well with Gavin. It's a big step up in class for her, but I think she'll cope with it, and I'm sure she'll be right there.
Well, the punters would have had a look at her profile, they would have had a look at her racing, and they would have had a look at how this race is structured when it comes to weights. And when you have a look at all those things put together, you want to have a look at which horse could be the banker. And I think it does come up here in race number 6. East Coast Radio Tibushino Stakes, Group 2 over 1,400 meters. Best weighted column rail belongs to horse number 8, Double Grand Slam, ahead of Humdinger, Happy Chance, Bavarian Beauty, and Gimme a Shot, who we saw run last week in the South African filly sprint. Double Grand Slam, odds on 6 to 10, rightfully so. What she takes on here is some opposition who have some fairly decent form coming into the race, a few of them, which you can recommend. But I mentioned earlier on in one of our races that we previewed that you're going to have to look for a race where you're going to go short. Whether you agree with the market or not, you're going to have to be the judge. But on what I've seen of her here in KZN and how she's just built on her last performance before leaving Cape Town, I think that she's a very exciting filly, and personally, I'm going to make her a banker in all bets.
Yeah, she's the horse to beat in this race here, no doubt about that. A win 2 starts back when beaten Mia Moo was emphatic, winning by 5 lengths. And last time out, I thought it was a superb ride by Craig Zaki to get Raskova home that day, and he beat number 8 Double Grand Slam.
Whoa. Now, last time out, we have to chat on that. We have to chat about that race because I did a preview on that Friday, I think it was, for It's a Breeze show. And I don't know if I did the show. No, I did the It's a Breeze show. Now, you're not privy to the way the conditions are going to be on the day. You can possibly try and have a look at weather reports, etc., if you're previewing a show a day before. But unfortunate that I didn't. But if I knew it was going to be a howling tailwind that day, then Raskova has to be an automatic choice.
And we must remember that the meeting, the race was moved to the Wednesday.
Correct.
And
this last race, the way Raskova won that day, she was given the ride that was expected.
Correct.
There's no other way you're going to ride her. You know there's a tailwind. You know that she's a front runner. The race meeting has moved because of abandonment on Saturday. And Double Grand Slam was always going to do the chasing. She was never, ever going to try and match strides with Raskova. She doesn't have it in her DNA to do that the way she races. So, Raskova had things her own way, and I really liked the way this filly fought that day. She didn't throw in the towel. It could have been, Richard Fourie, knowing that he's running for second when they're going into the final 200 meters, but he tried his heart out on this filly, and she got very close to Raskova. When they came to that outside running rail, it was hammer and tong between the two runners. She was game in defeat against this type of field. Even though there could be conditions on the day, if there's let's say there is a strong tailwind. Is there anything as quick as Raskova? Maybe Bavarian Beauty from draw 1, she could possibly go to the front. But there's no Raskova in the race this time around.
He's the horse that I've included into Jackpot 1, number 5, Humdinger. If there's one man to beat number 8 Double Grand Slam, it's this man, Pierre Stadium. He's absolutely lethal from the front end. I think he's the right man for this horse, Humdinger. Last time out, there was a horse that the lowest rated horse in the race, the name escapes me now, but that horse was in the race in the Drill Horse Stakes, and he just cut throats with Humdinger, and she wasn't allowed an easy lead, and that was her race done. We saw last season when allowed to dictate in the Garden Province, she ran 2.5 lengths behind Princess Kala at level weights. She's run 1.5 lengths to Give Me Another, who I thought would, if she ran in the Hollywoodbets Durbanville, would win, and I'm sure many other punters thought that as well. But I think that Pierre's the right man for this horse, and I think if Double Grand Slam is going to get beat, I think Humdinger will beat her. Those are the only two horses that I've included in the play.
Well, what Riley is suggesting is that Pierre Stradom, in his twilight years of his career, and we love you, Pierre. You've given us a lot of joy. You've given us a lot of joy in your career, but you're taking on a young man that is going for the championship, and not only the championship. Striker, you're listening to me in the jockey room. Let's see. Riley's in your camp. But you're taking on a gentleman that would have already broken the South African record or going to break the South African record. Maybe Double Grand Slam is the horse he's looking for to break the South African Championship. But Riley likes Humdinger. You'll have to respect that because the course and distance record is there, has won over the course and distance record. One could say she's also a distance specialist because she's won 3 times over 1,400 meters, and she is a true of her rating when it comes to this distance. But she's got Double Grand Slam to beat. If Humdinger has to win, well, I will be presenting a trophy to Royal Radhakrishna in the number 1 box. Look out for that. Race number 6.
I bet with Interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.